Welcome to Armchair Anarchists this week. Are you well? I hope you're
so.
well. I hope you're well, because that's all that's important to us. Am I right?
Yes.
I don't give a shit about me. I care about him, obviously, and Joel, but I don't care about anyone else, as long as you're alright. Welcome to Armchair Anarchists this week. We are living in crazy times, watching the blind, leading the blind, and I despair from time to time, but try and convince myself daily everything's fine.
Get ready.
Please be there to catch me. I screamed out to the floor, but I don't even trust the fucking pavement anymore. Sometimes you're your own worst enemy. Why? Stop the world, cause I wanna get off. I've reached my tipping point, enough is enough.
Too pressure,
if
asshole.
I just keep doing what I've been doing, keep doing what I've been doing well.
Woo, woo, woo.
Welcome, folks. Welcome to episode 5. All right, welcome.
Can I just get a bit of European flavour going? Welcome.
Welcome in. I don't know what that means.
Did I?
So welcome anyway. Ignore him. Welcome.
Who's that? Who was
Is
that?
that me?
Joel in the shadows.
Oh,
what was
Joel.
that picture you just showed then?
No, Chris, no, forget that.
Oh.
Matching fucking beard.
Oh, yes.
The only difference is he wears it better, but mine's fucking real. End of fucking story.
Real?
I'll leave it at that.
Really? Anyway, it is another. See, look, I'm not just the voodoo high priestess, you know. Fuck with me, and this is what happens.
Oh, shame. Do you know why?
Why?
Oh my God, you won't believe why. I'm not just kidding either. That.
It's a clear break, so we can glue it.
It's an alto fucking bowl. Anyone that's got any taste will know what that means. That's not 60 quid, just fucking...
Shit.
Chris, that's your fault. I don't know why, but it was. It was your
Yeah,
fault.
no, you're just going to try and blame me.
Oh no. So, folks, with that in mind, I'd like to introduce this week's edition. Say hello to cunt.
Go on, put some money in.
Right, so... there you go. Oh, it's going to be our work.
There you go. You're going to be bankrupt in half an hour.
So, our producer, Joel. Hello, Joel.
Hey.
Hello.
And Chrissy said to me, they put me to one side, right, last week, and he went, Lee, it's like this, yeah? It's like this, right? I know that you have problems with this swearing like, but you need to fucking curb it. Oh, this is going to be...
Where's your money? Get them coins in now.
It's going to be really hard. This is
All the money's going to the nuns. Please look after that,
No,
please,
wait for
Joel.
it, whenever then.
We're going to glue that together. You got your money here. Don't get it mixed up with mine.
So what happens is... Right,
Mine's euros.
No, so what we agreed is, right, so that every time I swear, or Chrissy swears, we have to put money into the swear box. And then at the end of the month, what we do is we empty the swear box, which is known as cunt. This is not going to work, is it?
Well, it is at the end of the month when we buy a bottle of vodka with it.
No, we're not doing that. We're gonna donate the end. So the point of this is to try and recurb my swearing, right? So with that in mind, at the end of the month, we're going to empty the swear box and we're going to donate whatever money we've got to our chosen charity. Mine is a homeless group that my friend Mandy Floss started. What's yours going to be?
Well, mine would be like the Battered Women's
Fair play
Refuge.
to you on that one, bro. What's yours going to be, Joe?
What?
If you had a choice of charity that we're going to donate, this could be a lot of money.
There's so many. I don't know. I'm always up for cancer charities.
Right, Joe, what charity? This could be a lot of money we're talking here. This is a swear box and I'm involved, so this could be a lot of money. So anyway, Joe.
Yes.
Answer. What?
There's this new research lab in King's Cross, and so I donate to them because they do research for lots of diseases, and they create cures.
What's it called?
So great.
The Clap Clinic, by the sounds of it.
Oh, the Clap
The
Clinic.
Clap Clinic, right? So Joel's donating this to the Clap Clinic.
But you know what? A worthy cause.
Oh yeah, you should know. Anyway.
Oh, you vicious rotten cow.
That's me all over. What can I tell you?
I'm a good Christian boy, I am.
No, he's not. He's not at all. But anyway, yeah. So welcome to cunt, because now that's cost me. So that's crazy times. That's one. And then there was cunt when I first started. Then This is.
Sorry, what's the collection called?
Let's put tenner in.
What's it called, the collection?
Let's just put tenner in now.
What's it called, the box?
Chrissy, I've fallen prey to this.
What's it called?
I'll end up being bankrupt here.
What's it
I'm
called?
not saying it because there's more money in it. The idea is to curb my swearing.
That was ruined.
No, it's not ruined.
You've ruined my life. You've ruined my life. I've got this. It's called
I've
Canuff.
achieved something.
It's called Canuff.
I've ruined yours, which means I've achieved something in mine. So
Yeah.
fair play.
Do you know what?
I'll sleep tight.
My material costs 50 pence a fucking meter. Yours costs £2 million. Really? Get off, mate.
Really? Daniela Westbrook. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I can breathe through my nose.
I came out in sympathy for him tonight. Otherwise, I swear to. Look at the state of me as well, folks. Listen, man, I've not been well this week. Look at the state of me. I look like. Oh, and can I just say as well for carry on, and then we'll move on to the fifth. But please don't think I've just suddenly turned into Will. What's his name?
Who?
The guy that won X Factor.
Will Young.
Don't think I've just suddenly turned into Will Young with the wearing of the flat cap. I like this cap, but I'll show you. I'm not ashamed. It's disguising a really, 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 really desperate need for the barber. Look.
Oh.
Look at this.
What the hell's happened here?
Oh, Chris, I don't even want to talk about it. I can't even cope with it. I have to wake up and look
You
at
could at
it.
least got a Burberry one.
Oh, I didn't think in time, Chrissy. Get off my case, man.
Any shoplifter can get a label, you know.
I've got a few. I don't shoplift, and I don't recommend that you do either.
No.
Folks. It's wrong.
Because it's very wrong, but I used to know somebody really good in Manchester. Very like God. Sorry, Lynn.
I moved
Hi.
away a
So
long
say hello to your
time
mum.
ago.
Hi, Mum.
Hey, Mum! I love you, Mum. Hi, son, Lee.
Hi, Claire.
We've got loads of shout-outs this week. Listen, it's moving at a frenetic pace, this. It started off as like a grassroots thing, but we're only 5 episodes in, and it's the number of messages we're getting every week. It has been mental. So something's working. I think it's the professionalism that Joel's brought to the...
You're getting naughty messages, though, aren't you?
Yeah, but I don't reply to them.
No, you don't.
Anyway.
I do on your behalf.
So, anyway, folks. This week, Chrissy, what's it about?
Well, this week, this is the week that was.
Well, but what we're going to be talking about later on.
Oh, conspiracies.
Right, I thought like Reggie Cray with that one.
Conspiracies. We went to the thing, didn't we, where he was buried. Do you remember?
Buried?
Not buried.
Buried? What's buried all about? Have you heard it? Buried.
Not Bury. I'm from Burnley. Not Bury.
Buried. Fucking bit. Oh, for Christ's sake.
Anyway, so this week's is...
This isn't going to work out. This isn't going to work out. This here, right? Our charities are going to end up being richer than
Let me
British.
see it. Where is it? Oh, yeah, it's there. What does it say on it? What's it say, Joel?
It says a naughty word.
Oh.
But is the clever way around it. I'm not actually saying it. It's written. So I'm not saying it. Am I?
Saying what?
Yeah, whatever, Chris. Yeah, please, come on.
Anyway, this week's episode...
This week's episode is about conspiracies. Now, folks, this could be an interesting one. I'll tell you why. Because I've got, like, a brother, yeah, who's obsessed. And when I say obsessed...
Oh, yes.
Every time I phone him, I'll be like, all right, mate, what are you up to? And he goes, I'm just watching Aliens on Venus.
Don't tell him about the cheeky girls, because you might get us killed.
Aliens on Venus, apparently they were planted there by the British royal family.
Stop it right there!
I swear to God, he totally buys into it. Honestly, he buys into it on... I swear to you, he does.
I won't get invited to a Buckingham Palace tea party now.
Do you know who his hero is?
Go on.
David Icke. Remember David Icke? Remember, if I say purple shell suit, that's all you need to know.
Can I just say, people, he's not my hero.
Yeah.
He is not. Can I just say what I'm going to say? He's not my hero. I listen to him. I listen to David Icke. I listen to Joe Rogan. I listen to some very... Well, Joe Rogan's not dodgy, but I listen to some very...
Yeah, but you listen to
people.
Mariah Carey! Mariah Carey!
No, not anymore. When she was... Where the hero comes along and all that stuff. I liked all that. But he's not my hero. He goes on about shape-shifting lizards and everything and interdimensional rapists and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I like to listen to interesting things when I'm in the gym.
Interesting. No, he likes to listen to potty things when he's in the gym, basically.
Yeah, I do.
Comes out and goes, listen, I'm making this up, by the way, so don't take me literally. Yeah. But random example, and I'm making this up, so it hasn't actually necessarily happened.
Yeah.
I'm exaggerating for terms of dramatic purposes. Would you agree with me on that?
Okay. Depends what you're talking
Should we cheers to that? Joel, where's your glass, brother?
Don't get any alcohol in my pop.
I want to be yours in mine. Cheers, brothers. Solange.
Did you look into his eyes? You're supposed to look into his eyes when you do that.
I'm sure he did.
He said the other week, didn't you?
I did.
as he fell on the floor. But anyway, go on, carry on.
So.
Can I just say one sec?
Yeah, go on.
About your close-up. Ah, there you go. It's alright, just making sure your close-up cam works. There we are.
Oh, don't. Oh, look. Oh, you do look like that. You look,
Pol Pot. Pol Pot.
no, worse.
Not Trump.
Oh, no,
No.
I look like.
Oh, don't tell me. Fred West. No.
No, I look like Sid James.
No, you can laugh like him. Go on, do the laugh.
But I actually do sound like Sid James.
If you're Sid James, I'm
Barbara Windsor. You're not Barbara Windsor.
I met Barbara Windsor. The what's it at the? Oh, she's turned up like she was like the Queen when she turned
Yeah,
up.
she's genius.
Everybody loved her. I loved her the most.
I've got a signed picture of hers.
I hate you now.
My George, he got it for me because he worked with her on television. Anyway, we digress.
Don't just drop things like that on me, George.
I've shown it you. Anyway, blah blah blah. This has been a right drama queen. Yes.
So where was we? So our
Conspiracies. So anyway, conspiracies. I could be eating a sausage roll and Chrissy will knock it out my hand, right? He'll go, no, don't eat that. And I'll go, why? He'll go,
too many calories.
it was invented by the Egyptians when they were inventing the battery and he got buried on Mars. What?
Yeah, well, everybody knows that.
That's what to God. That's what he says. He says he does. Anyway, he's talking into conspiracies. So that's what the overall.
But we're not talking. We're later. We're talking. About
Later,
that.
but Chrissy, that was the week that was. Tell me about it, brother. What have you got to tell me?
Do you know what? Assange.
Oh, Julian. Well, can I? Go on. What's your thoughts?
No, I'm just. It's all right. Okay, I'm just saying the one thing when he was like being escorted out, and they were like, he was what was he manhandled? Well, of course he's fucking manhandled. He's been arrested.
You'd pay to be manhandled, wouldn't you?
But by who? Him?
No, just manhandled in general.
Oh yeah, manhandled. Yeah. Not about Africa doing an Assange.
In general.
But the thing is, though, I mean, you know, you can know because what did we say earlier? What was Julian Assange? Was he?
No, so yeah, that well fucking segue.
Yes.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Yes.
This is gonna. I'm gonna do it to my flat here with this. I think this is a bad idea. We shouldn't. I agree with this when I was pissed. This is not.
Oh, that's very nice.
This is not a good
Come
idea.
on, Joel. You're not doing Euro cream now.
The question I want to ask you folks, if you're watching this, and I hope you are, and by the way, if you're watching it, please click share.
If I could turn back time, if I could find out that share. No, sorry.
Yeah, click and share.
But most as important as click and share, click subscribe on YouTube.
Subscribe on YouTube.
And press that belly thingy next to it.
The bell end.
No.
Is that swear word?
No. Well, it is. Your mum will slap you.
Oh, if mum's gonna slap me, I'm gonna put me in. Anyway, I'm gonna have one here. Julian Assange, I want to ask people if they can send us a message as to whether they think he's a hero or is he a villain. This is an interesting question, and there's a couple of reasons why. I won't go into them because I've learned. Joe, what happened there? Joe, what's happened there? Oh my God, what happened there? Oh my God.
Oh.
That's not too bad, though. No, I look cool, and you. Go. I look cool.
Oh.
You look quite Art Deco.
Huh?
Not Art Deco.
Joan
Anyway.
Collins is into that. Art Deco.
Is she into
Oh,
that?
yes. She's from that era.
Julian Assange.
Is it Assange or Assange?
Julian. Let's just call him Julian.
That's how Princess Julia would say it. Oh, it's Assange.
What's this as well? Is he a hero or is he a villain, folks? I want your thoughts on this. I really, really do. Because I am in a middle ground here with Julian. I'll tell you why. I'll be brief with it, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Because Julian played a huge hand in what eventually became Trump presidency. Because what's his name? Roger Stone utilised WikiLeaks to arrange for the 30,000 emails that Hillary Clinton supposedly had on her server to be put out just at the key point in the election process, and then it swung it in favour of Trump, and it started the whole FBI James Comey. Anyway, Assange played a huge part in that, and I've got a couple of friends who are journalists with The Guardian, and they told me that when Assange was when the first WikiLeaks stuff broke, with the first guy the guy that turned trans, what's his name?
Oh, I don't know. I know you mean.
Yeah. Anyway, when the first WikiLeaks stuff came out, Assange was doing it through the Guardian, and then all of a sudden, when he saw that his popularity had gone up, he suddenly became like this egocentric madman who was like demanding like a diva, this, that, and the other. He was, he became an absolute pain in the ass. And then if you watch when the Snowden affair kicked off, he involved himself in it, right? Understandably, he got him out of Hong Kong, but at the end of the day, I've heard lots of stories saying that he's a total arsehole.
Yeah.
What did you hear about...
Well, the thing is with Julian Assange, there's this... No, it's not even a fine line. The game he was playing, to the free world, to the people who are into free speech and blah, 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 they saw him as being a hero. But what he did do was he messed with the powers that be. And not only did
I never spoke to him.
He messed with powers, not holy showers. But anyway, but the problem was he may have put the Secret Service in danger. May have. We don't know. But what I'm saying to you is, this is the fine line between being hero and villain. And also, they say he was like a Putin's puppet. Some people say this, and he could well have been because of what he was doing as far as Hillary. Come on, you getting all political? Isn't this good?
No, can I, brother? Can I stop?
Yeah.
I want to say this to the world, right? When I met this boy, he was. He didn't care if the news was on. He'd switch off. I come onto his now. The news is on 24/7. He will come around here and provoke a conversation about something like I find really interesting. At one time, it made his glass eye go to sleep. It doesn't anymore, and I'm very. I'm filling up. 2 cheers again. I can't even cope.
So anyway,
Joel is just virtual. But anyway, here's the thing. Fucking crying out loud. This is really hard work, man. I know what's happening here. At the end of the night, I'm going to snapping. That's going to go right up against that wall, right?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to snap in here. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to curb my language, right? Anyway, Julian Assange needs to get off Julian Assange. But the point is the Julian Assange, right? Is he a hero? Is he a villain? Now we welcome your comments on this topic because both of us talk about this at great length, and we want to invite your comments and any decent comments that are not like stupid or whatever. We will then include on next week's broadcast.
All views are welcome.
All views. We
do not know platform here. You say it like it is.
I do.
Yes.
I try to.
Anyway.
But I can't anymore because of this cunt.
We've done with Julian Assange. I'm bored with him.
But apart from the fact that he apparently smeared shit up the walls that he's now disclaimed this week. But very quickly, Joel told us. Joel, am I right? There's a video somewhere on YouTube, is it?
YouTube, yeah.
YouTube. Look at the video on YouTube of Julian Assange on a skateboard. I'll leave it at that. And if you make up your mind after that,
and we'll try and put the link on for you in a bit.
Yeah, we'll put a link. We'll get a link underneath for you to look at.
It came through Sky News, but I'm sure it's on YouTube.
Did it?
Yeah.
Joel in the shadows eventually will put it on for you. Oh yes.
On a very serious note, I'm going to look straight into the. Is it this camera, Joel? On this week in this day in history, this week in history. Remembering the Hillsborough 96, man. Hillsborough 96, the greatest injustice in modern British history, in my view. Because imagine, if you will, it's a warm sunny day, you're taking your son out to go and watch a simple football match, and then because of the complete, I'll gladly put this in, fuckery of individuals, 96 people got crushed to death against a fence. Now, on top of that, the Sun newspaper, I have to say this, I'm not going to get on a soapbox, so don't worry, I don't need 2 minute time for this one. The Sun newspaper decides to run with the idea of this story that the Liverpoolian fans, at this point, during these people dying, have looted the pockets of the dead and urinated on the people lying dead. Hateful, 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 hateful. And on that level alone, don't buy the Sun newspaper, don't read it, and don't wipe your ass for anything to do with Murdoch. So remembering the Hillsborough 96. Can I have one more? Because it's an important week. If you're a Manchester United fan, That doesn't involve you, Gary Bailey. I know this.
Joel, before he says anything, put the camera on me. See, Rowetta will like this moment. Rowetta likes
Rowetta's
football.
on my side, no.
She likes Man United. I didn't even know they played.
She doesn't like Man United. She worships.
I've just found out it's... Is it Britain or England?
look
who
at that,
play?
possible.
Anyway, I don't know. But you go on, you tell me about your...
Say that again. Say that again. Say
Is
that.
it Britain or England?
Oh, bless. Come here. Come here.
Get off. Get off. I don't like this. It's too rough.
Yeah, because it's real. That's why.
Do you know what?
Is it Britain? No. It was Manchester United versus Barcelona. Now, here's the thing.
I love netball.
Here's the thing. We lost, man, but we didn't just lose. It exposed a huge problem in Manchester United. I won't go into it. I'm not going to go into it.
Good.
But stay with Solskjaer. Keep the faith, man. I'm telling you, it's the team that played badly. It wasn't Solskjaer. So anyway, moving swiftly on. Hard luck. We should have. We didn't go through, and Messi was on form. But there you go. So that was the week that was, in my view. But there's also one other key point that we were going to talk about. We decided not to, but I'll just say it anyway. Burning down of.
What's it called?
The French what was it?
Oh yes.
Notre Dame. Yeah.
No, it's a real shame.
It's a shame. It's awful.
Absolute,
It's awful.
yeah.
But my niece, she brought a very valid point up on Facebook today. She stated a very valid point. 605, I think it was. I could be wrong, but it's around the 600 million euro mark has been raised in 2 days.
There you go.
Right now, and she
Do you
made.
know where that came from?
Go on.
It came from 4 major corporates. It came from Louis Vuitton, Hennessy, blah blah, whatever it was. They donated about 200 million.
Right.
And then another 100 million came from somewhere else, and another 100 million came from somewhere else. But it all came from big corporate entities
And a big designer.
billionaires and
Yes,
millionaires.
a designer. Not Louis Vuitton. A designer actually donated. Somebody said $1 billion. I heard $1 billion.
I don't see that myself.
Anyway.
But I'll tell you what, that's a beautiful segue into the next section. I'll tell you why. Because Steve Dawson, a friend of ours, when we said that we were going to be doing an episode this week on conspiracies,
Yes.
and he posted something for a laugh, and he said, okay, Nostradamus, yeah, this place is burnt down. Now, please keep in mind, this is a conspiracy theory. This is not my... No one in this room actually holds this belief, right? Neither did the person that posted it. But the point being is that that's just the way conspiracy theories start. Is that it was a fake flag. It was to boost Macron's... Macron, did you like that?
Get you.
Yeah.
He's fit though.
Macron...
Don't you think?
He said that. I don't think he's fit.
I
don't
think he's
like...
really fit. Do you know what? For English French relations, I'd do him up the wrong one. No, I'm just saying. No, 'cause I'm very generous like that.
Because he's got a pulse. He's got a pulse in his
No,
nail.
I'm very generous. You ask Joel. I'm very generous like that.
Chrissy, don't man. Fuck you. So anyway, Macron. I did it so well on the first goal, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Macron,
No,
Macron, right?
Put your hat straight.
He's put. Thank you. It pays to have someone this fashion conscious to help me out with.
Of course, I'm not fashion. I'm costume. By the way, there's a big difference.
Oh God, I didn't.
They hate me. The fashionistas hate
Yeah,
me.
hate them back. Play their own game.
I'm a lover, not a hater.
You know that this thing with him sometimes. He is one of the most beautiful human beings I've ever met in my life. But sometimes he gets sung up on silly things like that. If they hate you, do you know what you do? Hate them back. Hate them back twice as much.
One moment.
Oh,
Fuck you, bitch.
Or pass it over to me.
Sorry, Lynn.
Pass it over to me. I'll hate them for you.
Yeah, okay.
I will. I'll hate them for you. I'm over it. But anyway, the beautiful segue is that I suppose a conspiracy theory has come out of this, and it is that because Macron's approval ratings have been very, very low in France at the time.
And I'd do that Canadian Prime Minister.
Trudeau.
Oh, he's fit, he is. Oh, he's lovely.
Right, anyway, but let's
He's
forget who
proper
you.
Borat, tell
Let's
them.
forget who you do.
Okay.
The idea being that it's now improved his poll ratings, and as Joel has just said, it actually didn't have anything to do with the French government whatsoever. It came from private firms, but it's boosted his poll ratings, and now Macron has risen in
So are you trying to say he had a hand in that?
I'm saying that that's a conspiracy theory, and that moves us neatly on.
Hi, Matthew.
Oh, before we do the conspiracy, is which Matthew?
Matthew from Manchester. Matthew
Magpie Davis. I love magpies. Hi, Matthew. How you doing, brother? Nice to speak to you.
We've got Daniel Harrison.
Hi, Anne.
Got your sister Claire.
Our Claire.
Oh, yeah.
Our Claire.
Oh. And Mel. I think she's driving.
Let's spell it out. Give me an M.
Give me an M.
No.
Give me an M. Oh, I don't know this.
I say give me an M. What is it?
M.
Give me an E.
E.
Give me an L.
L.
Give me a D.
D.
Give me a U.
U.
Give me an F.
F.
Give me an F again.
F. Stop
Give me
swearing.
an I.
I.
Give me an N.
N.
What have you got?
Aphrodite.
Dyslexic as well, he is.
Oh yes, anti-fucking
Swear box. Swear box. No. You 3 swears. I swear to God, it's going to bankrupt me. This. I've got any more money.
No. I owe you.
Oh. No, we can't. We need to pay it, man. Because I watched it.
Okay. So we can't magic coins out the air, can we?
Anyway, before we move on to what I was going to say, birthdays this day. People born on this day.
Oh, yes,
birthdays with it, Chrissy.
Oh yes. Right, Lynn. This is for you and me. I won't say why. Birthday this year is 1929. James Last.
James, famous for? I can tell you what he's famous for.
Well, you tell us what he's famous for.
He's famous for having a record in every charity shop in the world. I don't know where they come from, Chris. When I go rooting through the records, in all the charity shops, Joel, I swear this is true, bro.
Do you know why? Because James Last was huge in the 70s, and I mean huge.
Right.
Adverts on the telly, James Last and his orchestra. You couldn't get away from him. So
I want to get away from him.
Millions of people bought his records.
He's like scabies.
When he's fucking like Madonna of his time.
Excuse me. Listen, if I'm sticking to it, you're sticking to it. You can't...
No, that's a Nigerian word. It means I love cooking.
Swear box.
I've got no money.
There is this only.
Oh, there you go. Oh.
James Last is known for being a charity shop donation.
But he was very big in the 70s, wasn't he, Lynn?
It's always Dennis Russo, that's not what happened to him.
Lynn, can you please confirm that? James Last, back in the 70s, who's that?
Yeah, but Chris, look at the 70s, man. Let's face it. We had some great stuff.
Anyway, say hello to Daniel Harrison.
Daniel! How you doing, brother?
I'm just calling him as they come in. But anyway, James Last, he was the first one, 1929. Now, the second one was, well, not the second on my list. I've only got 3. But anyway, Sean Bean, born 1959.
Met him last year.
Now, can I just say, I was in a television series with Sean Bean.
What was it called?
It was called Heartburn Hotel. And this is very serious.
No,
this is very serious. And I played Clarissa. You Google this. Google it. Clarissa.
Google it.
Go on, Google it.
What,
Don't you bring the spirits.
No.
Don't bring the spirits.
I don't know. Oh. Are you all right?
Oh, I'm through. Yeah.
Get a drink.
Anyway, so I would play Clarissa, a 6-foot docker in a sequin frock. That was my tagline. And I had one line. All I had to say was...
Oh, did you? I don't think so.
I had plenty of lines afterwards. But whilst I was doing it, I had one line, and it was, "Are you ready, Simon?"
Oh, bless you. You sound like Alexa.
16 takes later, they said to me, give us more. I thought give us more meant volume. So I was going, "Are you ready, Simon? Are you ready, Simon?" I thought I had fucking Tourette's. "Are you ready, Simon?" But anyway, it wasn't. It was, they just meant, anyway. So that was my thing with Sean Bean. It was my second one.
That's not a thing, it's a out there with that one, Christian. But
anyway, my last one is a very good friend of Lee's.
It's not our Vicky, is it?
Victoria Beckham.
Oh, Vicky! VC! As in the cross?
Yes.
Oh, I love our Vicky! I love our Vicky!
I have to thank her for 2 things.
What?
Well, first thing, I'm not sexy or some diverse. Ooh, David, I sound like Nigel Martin Smith. Like, who is gone? You know, any woman.
Hey, Nigel travelled first class today to London. London.
Is it London?
Listen, let's do a quick fucking.
Is he here?
Where's the money?
He could have been here.
Hang on, money. Yeah, but you can't. And do you know why? Let's do a quick plug, free of charge for Nigel. His new boy band. Now keep in mind,
they did very well.
No, but so I'm going to just give it the full one.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, right? Nigel Martin Smith is the founder, creator, and instigator, and which and if you like
who?
if you're like me, you can look at that in two ways. But the bottom line is, he was the man responsible for the biggest boy band that's ever come out of this country ever, and they were called Take That.
Are they bigger than Armchair Anarchists?
No, listen, we're at the point where they're rolling around in like baby oil with like jockstraps and all that.
And I worked for Nigel Martin Smith for 10 years.
Oh God Almighty! It's all about you, innit? We're talking about
Anyway, enough about you. Let's talk about me. What is this? What's that? What's this? Lee, what's that? What is it?
What is it?
Oh my God!
Oh, the thing you mean?
What is it?
Oh, is it falling off? Oh, is it falling off?
What is it?
Oh, I don't know. It's falling off.
Ow! Oh.
Let me put it off here.
Ow! Okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it so that?
Anyway, Nigel Martin Smith.
Nigel was responsible for making Take That. He put them together and he created the band. Anyway, his new band is called Next Gen. You might know of this band because they have just got through to
They got through to the finals,
of
The Voice.
The Voice. And Will I Am. Yes, that's right. Not William. Will I Am.
Is it Will I Am or Will Who Is?
Will who am I?
Who is?
What is this shit?
Well, can I just say, Will I Am? I met Will I Am at Cirque du Soir.
I met Will.
And he was wonderful. Oh, we met him. We was at his party, weren't we? Can we just digress?
Please do.
Tell him how you got into that party. Well, no, not how you got into the party. How you got somebody else into
James
the party.
Wilson, if you're watching this, you can verify every word of it. So I turns up. It was.
And what was I doing?
Oh, you were being you were just being the Dom Wambra. I'm not saying it because I love him. I mean, I'm being very serious. So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. He's working this after party for Will I Am. This after party is sponsored by Grey. I mean, please, Grey Goose. I get the phone call from him. Well, I didn't even notice the motorway. That's what the fuck.
Well, you sank half of it.
Do you know what I did? Actually, we digress again. Do you know what I did?
Yeah.
So, but actually, so I get since this, he says, Lee, come down here on the guest list for this. It was at One Marleybone, right? It was this uber posh affair.
Let's
right?
go.
Oh my God. And he said, come down. So I thought, he said, oh, but listen, make an effort, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's proper, like, the A-list. So I went, all right. So I gets the Gucci out. I gets the Gucci suit out, right? Has a bath. Yearly event. Throws a white Hermes scarf on. And turns up at the front door, yeah? And I've just took on this persona. And I goes, yeah, I'm on the guest list. But I know, I'll say how I said it. I went, I turns up. So this is, we all know me, don't we? I turns up and goes, hi, yeah, I'm on the guest list. It's Lee. I did. I did. I went. I'm doing this. I've got. I points down at the list of this guy has always been inefficient in some way. I goes, it's Lee Forsyth Griffiths. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, Lee Forsyth. And he goes, what capacity? Yeah, you have to. I'm Will I Am's business manager. Speak to William. Like I'm getting pissed off. Right? I mean, total blag, right? I was on the guest list anyway. Gets in, right? The guy didn't usher me in. He throws me in. He's like, he can't get me in fast enough. I get straight on the phone, and my mate James Wilson, you there, James? He's now hairdresser to the stars. He does the hairdressing for all the catwalks in Milan and New York and all the rest of it. Anyway, I phoned him and says, "What are you doing right now, brother?" And he went, "I'm in bed." I went, "Right, I'll tell you what, get a suit on and get your ass down in an Uber right now to One Marleybone, right?" He goes, "What?" I said, "Just do it. There's a party going on here, brother, and I can get you in."
Sort your hat out.
Is it that? Oh, listen, Chris, I can't.
Sort your hat.
I can't wear a hat.
Look at
I don't know. I can't see it. What's going on with
you
it?
Can the telly?
I don't care. It's just covering the air up. It's just better than the air. The air's worse than the hat, so it can't get worse. Anyway, fast forward. James turns up. Right, he's got a suit on. He's a really good-looking lad anyway. So he over me, he'd get in any party anyway. Trust me. He's not like me. He's not got to blag his way into boots. He just walks through, man, like he's not caring the world. Anyway. He gets to the door and he phones me. He says, "I'm here." I said, "Right." I said, "Wait there." I goes down to the door. Did I? Am I making it up?
No.
This is all true. I turns up. He phones me. I said, "Phone when you get outside." So he phones me. He goes, Lee, I'm outside. I said, right, wait there. I goes downstairs. I goes to the guy on the door that I've just embarrassed by pretending that I'm will.i.am's financial manager, and he believed me. Anyway, he believed me. I goes, there's James Wilson. I think he's due to arrive, or he's here. But anyway, can you just allow him through? Is my guest. The guy doesn't miss a beat. He just goes, yes, Lee. James, right, walks in, strolls into this. Now, here's the party. I'm talking top treble A.
Claire says you look top in your hat.
Thank you, sis. I love you too. That's my sister.
Do you know what, Claire? Sometimes.
Listen, I trust my sister over you. Shut up.
Okay.
You. James walks in. Now, imagine it. So here's what's happening. Here's what's happening in the party. It's wall-to-wall A-list. Everyone's there. It's like, remember, I'm stood with Tom Daly, and the next thing
oh yes, you
do
are.
you remember? Yeah, of course I was. I wanted to.
You was there with Tom Daly. Was it pre-Lance before he went out with Lance?
Oh
no. Who was we photographed with?
Vanessa.
Huh?
Oh yeah, but she's not A-list, Chrissy.
No, who was we photographed with?
Vanessa.
Camera. Vanessa Felt.
Have I said that 3 times?
I can't hear you.
All right, sorry. Oh, bless you. Can't have it.
Yeah.
Vanessa, yeah, but listen, Chrissy, that's just drag it down to like D-list or what's. But there was no. I mean, seriously, it was wall to wall A-list. Everyone was there, right? And here's how A-list it was. You went to the bar, right, and you said, "Anyway, can I get a treble vodka, please, with Rebel?" Yeah. And here's what happened. You went, yeah. Poured it, and you walked away.
And they, when you ordered it, and they said yeah, and you go, you what?
No. Here's what happened. You know this happened. This actually happened because it was sponsored by Grey Goose, right? This event, and I got wind of the fact that after 4 times got to the bar and getting like treble vodkas, thinking I better stack up. And then when I wasn't getting charged, I thought, right. I said to James, James, I've got the guy in my hand here. It's right as rain. Wait here. I goes over to the shop over the road.
Oh yes.
And gets a bottle of Evian, empties it, pushes the bottle, pushes it down my pants, walks back in the venue. I had that bottle of Evian, 1 litre, full of Grey Goose by that night. will.i.am, thank you. Anyway, will.i.am is the guy that is now producing tracks for Nigel's new band, Next Gen. I think they're going to do big things, mate.
I do.
Do you reckon?
Because I really like will.i.am. Obviously, I love Nigel.
Well, he's pushing him as well. That's the thing. He's pushing.
And that guy in the band, one of the guys especially, is a fucking cracking singer.
Chrissy, man, listen. No, don't be sorry.
Right.
You need money, man, because I can't be doing this on
Nigel will put it in full.
No, we need to do this.
What's it called?
I'm not saying it, Chrissy.
Go on, say it.
I'm not saying it.
There you go.
Anyway, yeah.
IOUs from now on. So anyway, bottom line is it's a plug, but Nigel's band's Next Gen. Keep your eye out for them, folks, because I think they're going to do big things. Because I'll tell you why. They've got record company support, they've got Nigel managing them, and they've got will.i.am producing the songs. And we will get them here one day.
Well, that's down to Nigel, but I think...
No, Nigel let us.
Whatever he let us. Listen, Nigel's a sharp businessman. Otherwise, he won't be their manager. Nigel will see this thing grow, and it'll become something that's a bit cultish, and then he will.
A little bit what?
I didn't swear then, Chrissy. I didn't swear. Anyway, moving on from that. Death this week, Chrissy. Can I take the lead here? Do you mind?
Well, let me say mine first.
Go on.
And then you can say the last one.
No, please do.
So, anyway, it was Barbara Bush. Not the drag
Barbara
queen.
Bush?
Not the drag queen. Jessica James now, she's Barbara Bush. Barbara's alive and very well in... Where does Barbara live, Joel? What part? Clapham? Is it Clapham Way? Barbara Bush. Jessica James now.
She lived in the White House, Chrissy, didn't she?
Anyway, she passed away. The president's ex-wife, she passed away. Also, Robert Atkins.
Former president.
Also, Robert Atkins, the
Robert Atkins
from the Atkins diet. He died in 2003. He slipped on ice apparently.
Because he was a fat bastard. That's what I was.
No, what happened was
he slipped from his own diet.
No, he slipped on the.
He should have done. Seriously.
Excuse me.
Sorry. I'm speaking. Please.
Thank you. So Robert Atkins slipped on the ice in New York in 2003, and then they took him into hospital. And apparently,
sorry, I apologize.
Because he was very low carb, as in sugar free, and all that. When they gave him that medication, the glucose, he swelled up like a balloon. This is very serious. Very serious.
Are you making that? Oh.
And it's not funny as far as his
It
family's
is funny,
concerned.
it's
No,
funny.
he blew up like a balloon. And then he died. But anyway.
Anyway, that's Robert Atkins, folks. There you go.
And also, Eddie Cochran died on this day.
Eddie Cochran.
Yes, him.
20 Flight Rock.
But somebody passed away, and
Oh, of course you don't.
and this is quite in the, because anyway, this is up to Lee. Lee'll tell you what are going on. Where you
I'm
going?
telling you nothing until I find my skins. Stop the broadcast and leave me skins.
Stop
I can't
the
count.
world.
No, Diva moment.
Stop the world.
Diva
you
moment. Diva
You wanna
moment.
get off?
It's over. I need my skins. I can't cope without smoke. So it's like this, Chrissy. You either find my skins, yeah, or I am gonna expose the fact that you are a flat earther to the world.
Well, these are what? What's
No,
this?
it's empty, Chrissy.
You've had them all. You just want
Chrissy,
others to
I'm going
appear.
to melt down. I'm going to melt down. We need to find.
What's them down there? What's down there?
Thank you, Chrissy.
Oh,
Panic of vertigo.
don't put the camera down there.
No,
Are you upskirting again?
Oh God.
That's Joel. That is. Can I just say, Joel upskirting me? Didn't
Yeah,
you, Joel? Admit to it. Yes, there you go.
Yeah, but this is why everyone, right, in the world needs a Chrissy in their life.
Can I just say?
It takes that simple thing for me to go into kind of meltdown. So you can imagine what happens when I've lost my keys. We talking.
Diva Las Vegas. So who else died on this day in history?
Chrissy, I can't even talk about it without getting upset. That's why I'm building a cig as we speak. If I just said to you, really bad air, or if I said,
Can I do an impression of her?
please do. That's not an impression of her at all. She couldn't sing that in tune.
And here's another clue: the best sausages in the world.
Right,
Even
she
better
has
than Joel's.
not been a Matthews, so end of story. Our Linda.
Go tell them, they don't know.
Linda McCartney died on this day in history. Now, I'm taking the mix slightly because she got a lot of vilification from the press when the Beatles split up because she was seen as the person, not the main person. The other person has got... Cheers, Chrissy. Thanks for that. I need to get I can't even say her name, but...
No.
But anyway, yeah, Linda got vilified. But anyway, she died on this day in history. And you know what? I take the mick and all the rest of it. She's a bit bland. But I'll tell you this much. She put up with Paul McCartney all in years. And he's... Public figure is... And
Yes.
But the truth of the matter is that he's a philanderer and he's also a bit of hard work. Because his ego, as you would if you're a Beatles, his store.
Has this got anything to do with the fact that they had one of our videos blocked?
I hate them. I hate them!
Do you know what? When we go through Soho Square next, we're going to put his window. So we're not. We're just joking.
No,
we're just joking.
I'm gonna do the Chrissy. I am gonna lick them windows, man, like no one's. I'm gonna. In fact, I'm gonna send Paul a bill, right? So that his window cleaners don't have to clean them the week after because I have licked them so much. Yeah.
I know what your mother's saying right now.
I don't know what she's
It's
saying.
a long story. But anyway, that's the deaths.
That's who died this week,
the
Chrissy.
deaths.
And I'm a bit upset on that note because it's brought me down a little bit.
Now we're going to be very sophisticated on the events that happened at this time in
Well, can I bring it up a bit? Can I bring it up?
Right. Yeah, go on.
Because it ended on such a negative note with poor Linda with the sausages in Iceland doing so well out of her.
But she does mozzarella burgers as well.
Oh, I've never had. I must try them. What do they like?
They're very good. Oh, they're gorgeous. I always turn to Nigel when I'm here. Oh, the gorgeous.
I would rather eat my own feces than eat.
What?
Oh, I can't say this because Joel's a vegan. Oh shit, man. Listen, this is like broadcast because I can't call this no more. I'm being. Did you do that? Yeah. Anyway, events in history on this week. Did you know? Now, here's the thing: anyone that's civilized and cultured, or is a music lover of any kind, or appreciates art. In 1969, the band.
Where we going? Oh, the events. Are we on the events? Yes.
Yeah, but the band. Now the band they became famous for being Bob Dylan's backing band when he turned electric in '65.
Oh, that's in your track, isn't it?
It certainly is, Chrissy.
Cold.
Hippy dippy.
Hippy dippy.
When Dylan went heretic and he went from
Available on iTunes, by the way.
not Dylan, me. Mm-hmm. When he gathered together this incredible, I mean not just incredible, we're talking genre-breaking, mind-blowing musicians who were called, they called themselves the band because they were like Bob Dylan's backing band. They were formerly known as the Hawks. But anyway, they did their first ever concert in 1969 as the band. Now that's a genre-defining moment because, I mean, the drummer Levin Helm. I mean, Jesus Christ, that's not a swear word, is it? No. Levin Helm. I mean, this was.
It is if you're not a Christian.
I'm not. So, all right, it's a swear word. Anyway, the band. Can I recommend a film for you to watch, please? The Last Waltz. It's an incredible film, filmed by Martin Scorsese, directed by Martin Scorsese. I'm talking about the first concert they did together. The very last one they did together was an event that Martin Scorsese filmed and directed and produced, and it's a film called The Last Waltz, where they invited all their friends, such as Neil Young, whether it be Van Morrison.
Oh, how we dare!
Oh, you need to watch it. I tell you what.
Was too young.
No, listen. You need to watch it for one genius moment, right? There's a genius moment in it. Neil Young comes on.
Neil Young, the singer.
No, the actor.
Oh, sorry.
Neil Young comes on, right? But it's the age of cocaine, and we're talking Martin Scorsese's septum's already given.
I got cocaine running around in my brain.
So,
I got cocaine.
Watch this film.
Running around in my brain.
When Neil Young comes on the screen, yeah, watch it, and you will see. Watch his nostril closely, the left nostril. Watch it closely. It's brilliant. This is folklore because it's actually happened. Because this is the 70s. It's like cocaine was like having a cup of tea. Everyone did cocaine, but the more money you had, the better tea you got. And the fucking Christ's sake.
Well,
it's working though because I've not swearing much, have I?
no, we've got no money. You have to do an IOU.
Anyway, well, it's in the kitchen.
You need a lottery win by the time you
Watch
finish.
his left nostril. Watch his left nostril. It's blurred out, right? Because what they're to do is, in the original formats of the film that it was released as, the Neil Young section, it's there. You can see it quite clearly. There's a huge rock of coke stuck up his nose because he'd just done a big line before he came on stage, right? It's so badly out of tune that you can watch the other people's face in the band and they're all cringing. It's awful. But when it was remastered and it was brought out post 85, they airbrushed the coke out of his nose. So you watch this blurred.
What's wrong with airbrushing?
I've done that.
Well, you're a photographer. Yeah, but this is what happened. So Neil Young has come on, and you can see the band. Right, he's come on and he's got into one of his songs, and he's come on and he's coked out of his mind. He's just this close, right, to reinventing the wheel. I swear to you now, he's inventing the future as we speak. He's off his head. He's talking.
Is he talking like this?
Broken biscuits, Chrissy, on a grand scale, right? And he's come on stage, and the band, these incredible musicians are there, and they're there to support Neil Young, and they're going to perform one of his songs. Neil Young turns up on stage like that, right? Looking like he's just been frightened in the Scooby-Doo cartoon, right? His hair's all stuck like that. He's got a huge rock of coke up his nose because he's done so much of it. His now palate is white. He looks like a sheet. And
it looks like a what?
A sheet.
Oh, shit.
And what they did is they had to redo the audio after the filming because Neil Young gets on and he goes, he gets his guitar, comes on like that, right? It's so wired. He's just looking at people like even there. He's looking like it. Like
Sound like Cliff Richard then.
He's nodding at people like that, right? He's nodding at people.
Wired for sound.
They had to redub the sound anyway, but you can tell they redubbed it because if you watch the band members that are around him on the live footage of when they recorded it, Scorsese filmed this, by the way. They are. Imagine you and me are singing, and you and me are playing, and Joel's singing. Exactly.
No.
So imagine what happened. You and me be like this going. We're playing, but we look at each other going like that.
Oh God, yeah.
That's exactly what the band are doing. Looking at each other and say, "What the fuck is he doing?" It's like awful. And then Van Morrison comes on in the middle of this film in a pair of white hot pants, Chrissy.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, but he starts doing those kicks that you're doing, you know, like in American schools.
Yeah, don't you be doing it in your shorts. Oh, here we go.
No, that wasn't a drunken.
He was throwing that at me.
Anyway.
It's a long story.
Anyway, the band played their first gig on this day. I digressed far too far. Paul McCartney, by the way.
Oh, are you doing this events in history?
No, please. I am, but what?
Could I say one of mine first?
Please do.
Go on, let me. I want to bring this.
That was an ego moment for me, by the way, folks.
I want to bring this up. There's no drugs involved. There's just like, genocide and stuff like that when it comes to mine. So this thing,
I'm talking about here tonight.
That's later. That's later. Anyway, so this day in history, 1961, I think, the Bay of Pigs happened.
Oh, right, that's interesting. Do you see what I mean? He's on it now, these folks. He's on it.
Oh, I'm on it. The Bay of Pigs happened, which they tried to oust Fidel Castro in Cuba.
Yes, they did.
Now, you can go into reasons why, who was behind it and stuff.
We know.
Well, we know who's behind it. Everybody knows who was behind it. But anyway, it failed. And it was a common saying in America, say, talk about your Bay of Pigs. But anyway, that was 1961. And also, in this on this day in history...
Who was the head of that? Sorry to interrupt you. But the Bay of Pigs, who was the instigator of that? Who was the president at the time who instigated that? Begins with a K, obviously.
Kennedy?
There you go. There's an interesting link in a bit.
Well, yes.
All right, cool.
But then if you've seen that movie... Anyway, we're going to talk about that later because it's conspiracies. Yeah. But the second one is... Excuse me, to fucking dare you.
Joe, where's yours?
So my second one is, in this day in history, 1971...
Go on.
1971, the People's Republic of Bangladesh is formed.
Now that's no patronising nonsense. That's a really interesting fact.
Because I'm from Bradford.
Oh really? You've not told us that before, but go on.
I'm from Bradford.
Are you?
And I lived in Birmingham as well. But
really?
I'm from Bradford.
Oh, Jesus Christ! You got a thing for beans,
and there was lots of Bangladeshi restaurants in Bradford.
What's that got to do with what you just said?
Because it's Bangladesh, you've got fucking independence. Keep up. I'm trying to
do
something
good segue.
here.
Amazing.
1971.
So professional.
You like
Joe Dando? You like Joe Dando?
My last one is this is very highbrow. Claire, you will love this. Claire Griffiths, you will love this. Geoffrey Chaucer. Is it Chaucer?
Chaucer.
Is that how you say it? Chaucer.
It's Chaucer.
Not Chalker.
Chaucer.
Chaucer. Today, in whatever year it was. Thingamajiggy, what
you're
you
doing
call
so well
it,
because you were
right?
doing so
The Canterbury Tales was told for the first time ever in the court of Richard II. Now, I know you look at me as if I could be the third cheeky girl, but you know what? I did have a bit of an education.
Trust me, no, honestly. Can I just set the world's mind at ease? Can I set his mind at ease? Nobody looks at you like you're the third cheeky
I could
girl.
be.
Get off the coke.
Hey, I can have as many lines as I want.
Stop hogging the coke!
Stop the world, I just want a line of coke.
Alright, Chris, I'm wanting to see why you're...
So anyway, so they were my three, very highbrow, I must say. And you've got one last one? Or do you have one last one?
I have, Chrissy. I've got a couple, actually. Do you want to read a couple?
No, just have one.
Do you want to read a couple? Oh, I've got two.
Because, we've got loads of things. And do you know what?
Yeah, well...
Listen, the spirits might visit us tonight.
They're gonna
we don't know. We don't know. It depends what the drum says to us.
The drum. Now, here's the thing. Listen, before we move on.
Yes.
There's two other interesting points that I'm going to just slip in anyway. I don't care. We're Armchair Anarchists, and this is Anarchy. Did you know that on this day, in events in history, on this day, did you know, right?
Yeah.
Joe Galliano. Here's one for you. McCartney released McCartney on this day.
John Galliano. Oh, Joe Galliano. Just tell me Joe Galliano is.
Joe Galliano is a demon. He's a top man. He used to be the editor of the Gay Times. He's a top journalist, and he's
very handsome as well.
Oh, look at.
Oh yes.
Remember what I said before about anything with a pulse?
Hi Joe.
God, it's like Jimmy Savile, but they've actually got to be living only vaguely. It doesn't really matter.
How do you know? Might be into necrophilia. I'll tell you a necrophilia joke.
Go on.
I used to be a necrophiliac till some rotten cunt split on me. Anyway. That's the money. There you go.
Anyway, can I just reiterate the point that doesn't... Chrissy Darling's views don't necessarily represent mine and Joel's.
Yeah.
Necrophilia is a bad thing, folks. Honestly, dead people.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah.
Paul McCartney released his first album, McCartney, on this day, which signalled the end of the Beatles, and the reason being is that inside this album cover was a questionnaire procured by Derek Taylor, head of press, and it basically spelled the end of the Beatles. It was the point where Paul McCartney said, I will no longer be working with the Beatles, and it was his first album.
Did he have a hand on his hip when he said it?
Probably.
Do a long shot, Joel. Do you know what? I'm leaving the fucking Beatles. I don't care. Fucking bunch of cunts. I'm leaving them. Right? I'm fed up of you all.
You know what? Is that Yoko? Is that Yoko? She's an old fucking bitch. I'll get some money out. Yoko, you droopy tits are doing me fucking head right in. And Linda, sort your fucking head out, for fuck's sake.
As you were saying.
Joe Galliano. Yes, Joe. McCartney released his first album this week. And also, as a last note for our producer Joel, and for anyone out there who's watched this programme, I personally haven't, and I would rather eat my own eyeballs, but there you go. Joel likes it. My sisters got into it. Game of Thrones, folks. In the year 2011, it was premiered on HBO. So all of you weirdos out there, Joel, and everyone else in the world that watches this religiously like it's some sort of like... You didn't watch Scientology, did you? But you watched Game of Thrones. Bore off.
Stephen Dawson's watching.
Steve, we've given you a thumbs up this night because you...
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Because it's gorgeous.
You're such a dickhead, you. That's right, I know. Whatever. Stephen, thank you for your input tonight on the fake flag comment, and yeah, you remember that?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Yeah.
Anyway, so moving swiftly on. You fucking weirdo. Beatles facts of the week, folks. Are you ready?
Who? Oh yeah. Could it be magic? Yeah.
Are you ready? It ties in with the quite earlier, but isn't
30 seconds.
No, 30 seconds won't get me through the first bit. Anyway, shut up, Hitler, dictating to people.
Hitler
Chancellor
had only one big
Chrissy,
ball. Goebbels, two when they were small.
Schnell,
Himmler
Schnell,
had something similar, but poor old Goring had no balls at all.
Have you heard him? Shut it, you. Anyway, McCartney releases his third album this week, right, folks? Bear with me on this one because it's interesting. This is a nice segue. I'll show Chrissy what professionalism is all about. It's a segue.
Yeah, you show us. I'm talking to your mum. Oh.
You're talking to me right now.
Oh, yeah.
Conspiracy theories. Now, here's one for you. Now, bear with me here, folks. You don't have to be a Beatles fan to enjoy this one. But it's a great one. So, imagine if you will. McCartney on this day in 1969 releases his first album. Right? And it's called McCartney. At this point, the Beatles' album Abbey Road is... No, sorry. He released it in 70. But Abbey Road by the Beatles, the last album they ever recorded, was released in 69. Now is an interesting thing. Come in, folks, draw you in. Abbey Road is released. Wait there, Joe.
We've been there?
No, but wait there. Chrissy, just take over for 2 seconds. I need to show this.
There's no people like show people. They smile when they are down. Da 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 da. Ha ha ha. La 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 la. Wearing a bra.
I didn't need to move, and do you know why? I've got the Beatles here. I keep them close to my soul at all times. But anyway,
Like the Ashes.
What
is it? Oh, right, okay.
Two are still alive. A bit of respect here.
What are they? Which two?
Now,
Oh, Paul McCartney is the other one.
look what's at the front here, folks. Let me show you.
You are the cheeky.
Right, Joe, we need a close up for this because this is really interesting. Take a look at this, folks. Right, this is what would seem to the.
We've been there.
Chrissy, but
We have.
No, listen. I know we have, but listen. This is people need to pay attention if you don't know. This is Abbey Road Studios here. Sorry, here on this side. This is a zebra crossing that crosses the main road for Abbey Road Studios. Now, picture that innocent-looking picture, if you will, folks. Sorry, let me turn it around. You've got John Lennon in a white suit. You've got Ringo Starr in a dark suit, yeah? You've got Paul McCartney dressed in a normal suit, but one interesting fact, he's wearing no shoes. And you've got George Harrison just basically stood there in denim. The album gets released and it does well. Obviously, it's a Beatles record, but then all of a sudden, what happens is late one night, there's a Midwestern radio jockey, right? Gets a phone call from an anonymous caller, and he says, "Hey man, listen, Paul McCartney's dead, you know." And the guy on the phone goes, "What? What are you about? What are you about, you knobhead?" And he goes, "No, man, it's there. It's all on Abbey Road. Look at the cover." And he goes, "It's obvious, man. They've been putting clues in albums for years. Paul died in 1966. Now, there's the conspiracy bit. It claims that Paul McCartney, at the height of the Beatles' absolute massive world fame, died, right, in a car crash. And because the Beatles were, like, ridiculously famous, and I'm saying ridiculously famous, because if you imagine this, folks, they were more famous than world leaders. They were, like, up there with Gandhi and, Jesus. Everyone knew the Beatles were. But Paul McCartney, inconveniently, according to conspiracy theorists, died. Brian Epstein, the manager of the Beatles, goes into overdrive because he can't let this brand and everything. And he finds a replacement that looks just like Paul McCartney with a little bit of plastic surgery here and there. Yeah, the guy's called Billy Shears. When they found him, and they get him in the group, and all he's got to do is just show his face. Blah blah blah. Conspiracy theory, by the way, folks. But what the rest of the Beatles, i.e. John, Ringo and George, decide that, listen, we've got to go along with this because it's our career we're talking about here, but we need to let the world know at some point that, listen, man, he's dead, bless him. I'm not gonna do this one, but you need to explain it. Abbey Road, great album, by the way, has got a lot of clues in it, and I'll show you what they are. Are you ready?
And your mum's been on there.
Beetle here in the background. You see it? Innocent looking, isn't it? Joe, can you get that on close up a little? Focusing on this here, the white Volkswagen Beetle there, if you can see the registration plate, it says, and I'll read it to you because it's a bit difficult to get it on a close up.
666.
No, it's interesting this. So, the registration says, any Oasis fans, by the way, will know this because Oasis...
Today's gonna be the day.
Just like Liam. Oasis used this on one of their album covers as like a quirk. But the registration says LWF28IF. Now, Paul McCartney would have been 28 if he was alive when this album was released. And it goes further. Because it was seen that if you look, John, Ringo and George are all in step across that zebra crossing.
Who's Billy Shears?
But Paul is out of step, if you look. And he's also barefooted. Have a look again, folks. Right? This was seen for one key reason. John was seen to be the Undertaker. The priest. Ringo was seen as the Undertaker. Paul, because he's walking out of step and barefooted, that is supposed to be a Middle Eastern sign of the dead. And George is a gravedigger. It exploded, folks, on a grand scale. To the point where the Beatles fans went back over every album and looked for clues for this. That they made. You look for ghosts in empty house, you'll find them. Look at Derek Okora. But
don't you knock hard, Derek?
You know what, Derek? I'm feeling the spirit of it. But anyway, that album went on to sell more albums than any other
Covering
Beatles
my
record.
face. Thank you.
By the Beatles, though.
Yeah.
It's an excuse.
Can I just say your windows are behind me? I'll put them fucking through if you do it again.
Anyway, interesting. A bit long-winded, but there you go. It needs to be explained. This album went on to be the biggest selling album of the Beatles' career at that point, but it went on to start off this whole conspiracy theory about the Beatles and Paul being dead. People still believe it to this day. They believe he died in 1966 and he was replaced by a guy called Billy Shears, who was mentioned in Sgt. Pepper's by Ringo. Chrissy, with that in mind, can I move on to the idea of conspiracy theories?
What's that again?
Conspiracy theories?
Well, is it... well, conspiracy theories. Right, the moon land... So I'm not going to... moon landings.
Right. Did they happen?
Did we go to... Maybe. But that's not my theory. That's not my conspiracy theory. My conspiracy theory is we probably... What's this? What's this fucking moon landing?
It's happening again.
What is it? Just
pull it. No, I'm not pulling it.
Pull it.
You're painful.
There you go.
Oh.
So anyway, so my theory is we probably did go to the moon. Although,
is it your
know
theory?
What? Look, there's loads of
Was it
people
David's?
saying this happened, that happened, wah, 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 wah. But what I actually do believe is the footage they used,
Right.
a lot of it wasn't the footage of the moon landing. It was stuff that they did when they were rehearsing. And is it rehearsing? Is that the word?
No, but go with it.
No, I believe that. I believe a lot of the footage they used and that they bring up on all these conspiracy theory videos was actually.
Do you watch?
I watch them all. Oh yes, I watch them all. And I believe that they used that footage from when they were rehearsing. Because when all those people
Like
say
the Beatles did this!
they were first on the moon, weren't they?
Absolutely were.
But anyway, we're enough of the Beatles. So I believe that's what the case was. That they did go to the moon, but probably did go to the moon.
No,
But
we did. We really did. There you go. There you go. Chrissy, we did.
But
Watch.
the footage they used was intercut with stuff that they did in the studio when they were rehearsing, because
Sounds like the Beatles.
there was no such thing as video recorders or anything at the time. It was only ever meant to be seen once, and I think that's why they did it.
Well, that's not actually true, Chrissy. Do you know why that's not true?
Well, I don't know.
Well, I can tell you why.
I can tell you. Let me tell you something.
Go on.
I don't know. Do you know why?
But I can tell you why.
I wasn't there.
No, but it's
tell me
what I
why.
can tell you. Why is it, if there's no video recording available, we can, to this day in 2019, watch Neil Armstrong moving off a ladder on the...
Because they used footage from the actual event.
How did they get that footage? Did they record it on a video?
I don't know.
Obviously they did.
But what I'm saying is I reckon they cut it in. They used footage from the actual event because the cameras were on the chests. Those and the rest of them, I reckon they used footage from when they were rehearsing.
Right, rather, listen, you and I could, Chris, look at me now. Could we not? We have done this many times. We could discuss this all day, and we
Yes.
have. But I'm going to utilise this little mini kind of discussion here as a metaphor for you folks, because this is the interesting thing about conspiracy theories. It provokes a very polarised kind of opinion on whether you stand on it or you don't. I personally believe, well, wholeheartedly, we did got to mean. Chris, on the other hand, he does and he doesn't, and that's what you'll find with most people.
But
Now,
I said though, because I think the footage was tampered with,
right?
and that makes sense. Could make sense. Might be wrong. Might be right.
Well, the reason that the moon landings conspiracy theory doesn't stand up, but the reason it stands the test of time is simply because of the social context it's placed in terms of the Cold War. But when you've got 600,000 people working on one project, it's very, very difficult to fake something because you've got to get 600,000 people to all agree.
Well, that's a further conspiracy.
Oh,
anyway,
I can't
can I just say I'm bored with moon landings.
You're moving off moon landings now.
Go on, you get.
Well, can I get you on something else then, Chrissy?
You get onto them because this isn't. We know. He knows what he's going to ask me, and I know what he's going to ask me on this one. And the reason why is because anyway, you tell me first.
Hang on, I want to make sure I got the right one. If I said to you, Schnell!
No!
What?
About the Earth.
Oh, look, that's coming next.
No,
all
that's
all
a conspiracy theory.
All right, folks, I'm going to go off script here, but here's the thing, right? If I said to you, right, the Earth, folks, is round.
No. The other one.
And stay with me, brother, are you there? I think this
Papa,
is
can you hear me?
This is affecting your head, bless him. Look,
Papa, can you hear me?
It's got a dangle. If I said to you the Earth was round, right, and you sat in a room with someone and you go, no, listen to me now. Listen, shut up you. Listen to me now. They go, no, it's flat. And I go, are you taking mushrooms? And you go, no, mate. And I go, right, all right, in that case, you're just a fucking dickhead. And I've got 20 pence to put in that in a minute.
Yeah.
But you are a dickhead. I mean, please bore off. I can't. Some things I can cope with, yeah. I can cope with the Kennedy conspiracy. I can cope with the moon landings conspiracy. If he doesn't go too far with it, because it's bollocks. But if you go with it. But when people go, no, mate, I'm telling you straight up, yeah. Listen, man, I'm not kidding you here. Come here, bro, I'm being straight with you, yeah. Listen, man, here's the thing, yeah. The Earth is flat, yeah. It's all bollocks, like, created by the media. And they always drop the jaw when they say media.
Get to me.
I'm coming to it, brother. Media. You're just talking about the media.
Are you in
Tommy
Oasis,
Robbins
by the way?
I know not. But anyway, it's the thing. Because Chrissy is so involved in watching lots of stuff, engaged in lots of different ideas about conspiracy and stuff like that, is that...
Hi, Andrew. It's Andrew Smith.
Andrew! Media. How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man.
And do you know Dean Leon Johnson?
Do I know Dino? Is that the camera person I'm talking about?
Go on, flat Earth, get on to me.
Chrissy Darling at one point has discussed the ideas, not his personal views, but the ideas of David Icke and other people such as this, because he's watched a video the night before, and he's expressed his concerns about
A video.
Or a video, but whatever. But he's had a discussion with me about flat Earth. Now I took this as a metaphor for his thought process on flat Earth. Chrissy, where do we stand on this? Because I found out since that. Can you give me the reasons why you're not a flat earther, Chrissy? And the stage is yours.
First of all, here we go. I'm from Bradford. First of all, Hang on. Not this person. First of all, I never said I was a flat Earth theorist. What I said was, I could not prove to you that the Earth is flat or not. I cannot fucking prove.
You can know, Chris.
I owe fucking you, you cunt. I cannot say to you right now whether the Earth is flat or round. Joel, could you prove to me right now that the Earth is round? Could you prove to me? Right now.
I can quote many scientists.
No, go on, name one. Quote one scientist. There you go. You don't fucking know. What I'm saying to you is, I don't know.
You can't.
Do you know what?
No. Listen,
No, you need it.
what I'm saying to you is, I don't know. I assume the Earth is round. Do you know why? Because of Star Trek. That's why. Yes. And Andrew Jones, you know Star Trek. So that would be fucked. There'd be no Star Trek. But what I'm saying to you is,
get that you're digging a grave for your ears.
I cannot prove that there is. I cannot prove to you whether the Earth is flat or round. That's my way. That's my thing.
Can I?
I'm done.
No.
I'm bored with it.
You're bored. In other words, let's move off. Can I just?
Because we could be on the backs of 3 giant turtles. Did you know that?
Right, but here's the thing. Right, here's the thing.
Oh yes.
Here's the thing.
Oh yes. Some countries they eat them.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
And it's only a random question. You're asking every time a satellite or a rocket goes into Earth's orbit.
Yeah.
How does it do that?
How do you know they're up there? No, how do you know?
David Icke's got right into his head, folks.
How do you know?
Chris, I need to listen. I need to
touch my headdress.
No.
How do you know they're up there? What I'm saying to you is that you misunderstood what I said.
If I did, everyone else did too, so
Chrissy Dowling from Bradford and Birmingham, and now Hackney, cannot prove to you that the Earth is round or flat. I can't. Can only quote to you what scientists say. What David Icke...
Do you see the frustration I live with on a daily basis, folks?
What David Icke says.
David Icke is a cunt.
David Icke.
Do you know what?
Swear jar.
There you go.
David Icke. Let's talk about David Icke. Can we do David Icke? Can we do?
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know.
No, right, let's not. No,
Let's just leave him out. Do not
no, because he's into shape-shifting lizards. And do you know what?
I can cope with the shape-shifting lizard critter. I can't cope with a purple shell suit on Wogan. I just can't cope with it, brother. It's over at that point. It's like, Dave,
there you go.
Not being funny. That is a fashion faux pas to end all fashion faux pas. You don't wear a purple fucking shell suit on Wogan.
Well, you're doing
if you did, brother, I'd take you into an infirmary.
You're doing 1837.
Anyway, moving on from that. Can I move on?
These kinds of conversations is what happens at chill outs. And you know what happens at chill outs? Right. People are off their fucking nut. So, if this is the kind of conversation that goes on, it's...
Well, do you know what you used to do?
Andrew, brother, here's the thing, brother. Here's the thing. Me and him are so wired wrong anyway. That at chill outs, we were the people that were still talking when all the cokeheads had done the coke. And everyone had gone home. Me and him were still sat there in the dark talking to ourselves.
Do you know what I used to do at chill outs? Oh, this is an old trick.
Put the eating on.
No. No, even better. You get people sat there and I'd be right by the stereo. Do you remember those? And I'd be turning the volume up and down.
Oh, you horrible bastard, you
sending people. Darling, you send me.
Can I give you
Oh, you sent me right over.
But before we move on to the next thing, can we discuss our personal moments that we remember as being the point where, whoa, brother, you have done too many drugs here now, and you are now at the point where you need to go home. As you know, the fat lady with me, Chrissy, you know this. The fat lady with me doesn't have to sing. She's got to be burnt to death, stabbed and buried in the back garden, then dug up again and cremated, and then her ashes have got to be scattered over Mount Everest at like Sundance, because I don't know the off switch. When I get going, brother, let me tell you something, yeah? It only ends when we die. With that in mind,
can I just tell you my worst experience whilst we're on that subject?
Go on, that's what I'm asking for.
In the 90s. I haven't touched a drug since December 31st.
Absolutely true.
December 31st, 1999, 2 minutes to 12. Never.
Listen, this is absolutely true, by the way, folks.
Okay,
absolutely
so I'm working at Cream in Birmingham. Choose right, easy and mellow. And I had, somebody gave me an E. All right, they gave me 2. And I dropped them. I dropped them, and do you know, you get that feeling. I get that feeling. I was going like this, and I remember running out the club, and I threw up.
Oh, did you pick them out? I beg you.
It gets worse.
You need to be...
On this copper's feet.
Can't believe in
right?
eating and people are sick.
On this copper's feet. Then I rushed into the bathroom and I threw up in the sink. What was I doing?
Picking these out?
I was fishing through the fucking
I'm
sink.
so...
Anyway, so then I got into the
move.
taxi and I'd been wearing makeup all night and I tried to wipe it off, but I was so wrecked I couldn't see my face. So I ended up, I had a big bindi on the front here. I had my nose full of God knows what, debris, just chucking it down.
Debris!
And I said to the taxi driver, oh, yeah, I'm just going to, what do you call it in the cars? The boot sale.
Car boot sale.
Car boot sale. I'm just going car boot sale.
So you got half a nose, at this point you got half a nose, yeah?
Half a nose.
You've got sick all over your face from your last puke.
And my eyes were like that.
Shake your hands in the middle.
Like that, watch, you watching? You watching? Like that. And I was like, I just thought, do you know what? There's got to be a better life than this.
There's not low crazy like this. There's not.
But anyway, that was my low point.
Can I tell you? Well, can I tell you my? I don't know if it's a low point. But can I tell you what? My most memorable.
Careful, your mum's watching.
My mum knows it. I don't lie to my mum about anything. I tell my mum everything. My mum knows all of my good and bad. Because if I ever lie to my mum, it's we don't need to. Yeah. So with that in mind, can I tell you a true story?
Yeah.
Essential nightclub in Manchester. I have gone up there. No, I was living there.
Hi, Clayton.
I'm living there at the time. Hi, Clayton. I'm living there at the time, and when I used to go to Manchester at this point, there's parties going everywhere. Wasn't there, Chrissy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you go out on a Wednesday or a Thursday, and you go out knowing that especially if it was like a Christmas period or whatever. Yeah. You don't know. Mum said when you're back, Mum, I don't really know. And my mum being my mum, the way the cool woman that she is, she just understood what that meant. She knows I'm not daft, but at the end of the day, she knows I'll come back anytime. Anyway, I digress. This was at a point where Chrissy, Dan and myself, we are like ninjas at taking...
What did you call me?
A ninja!
Oh, God, Joe.
We, in those days, we didn't take drugs. We owned drugs on every scale. We invented ways of doing it that people have never understood before. With that in mind, I fast forward. I won't keep you. I went out on one day. I'm going out with mates. Yeah. 9 days after, I'm stood outside the club. 9 days after, I'm stood outside the club.
I've done that before.
But
Me and Johnny Woo many years ago in Birmingham.
So I'm still like, yeah, come on, whatever, Mr. Party Man. 9 days after, I'm stood outside Essential Nightclub, which is true. And Tom, Godwin, and Greg, we're running over, folks, but who cares?
Yeah.
I'm stood outside the club, and I'm having a break, I'm having a cig, and outside the club, there's a car with two Chinese people sat in it.
How do you know they're from China?
Because they're Chinese people. They're Chinese people.
They might have been from Salford.
They were sat in the car, yeah. I've got so many people that can...
Yeah. There's so many people, what? Don't be looking at me things.
Anyway, very, very long story short, I sat and this 40-minute conversation with these two lovely people sat in this car. I swear to God, everything I said they were laughing at, and they thought I was really humorous, and I was really made up myself because I was thinking I'm being dead funny here. You know what I mean? My mate Greg came out the club and he went, Lee, what are you doing? So I apologised to the two people in the car and goes, I'm sorry, because Greg is not like this. He's not normally a rude person. I go, Greg, man, Greg, I'm so sorry. He's not like this. Greg, stop being so rude, man. He goes, what are you about? I went, I'm apologising to the car. I'm making it quick. Oh. Greg grabbed me by the arm and physically took me over to the car. And as I got closer to the car, which is like 100 feet away, all of a sudden I realised that I'd been talking to condensation on windows for 40 minutes. Whoops. I realised at this point I need to go home. And Mum couldn't see me because she'd be fuming. On that point, Chris, I need to go for a wee. Chris, over to you.
There's a hero. If you look into... I was trying to sing here. If you look into your eyes. But anyway, so 1999, December 31st, 1999, 2 minutes to 12. I dropped my last E. I had my last cigarette, and I own all this lot. And but you know what? I decided then. Oh.
Is he all right?
Oh, what's happening?
Oh, is he all right?
Ah.
Chris, I'm gonna. Chris, sit down. Chris.
Oh, sit.
Chris, what's happening? Chris, what's happening?
I don't know.
Chris,
Oh.
He's there. Who's there?
Oh, my name is Modupe. Oh, she called you Ileleji. Oh, why have you called me now? Why have you called me now? Why are you wearing this? Why are you stupid for? Don't you know I'm the son of a chief? Oh, God, who is here with me?
What's your name? Who are we talking to?
I just told you who I'm talking to. I am Modupe Oshikoye.
Can I just call you
Modupe Oshikoye Ileleji Degbe. Oh, who is this man? Who is it? Is this a man or a woman?
Can I just call you a dupe?
Who is this man? Is this a man or a woman? Why is he? He's got long hair. Are you that fucking guy talking about my fucking Yoko? Is that you?
Is it Johnny?
Who is this man?
Johnny, it's not
Who is
you.
it?
Johnny, is it you?
Are you talking about my fucking Yoko?
Yoko, John, I don't like her.
Who is this Yoko?
Yoko,
Who is
she's a
she?
bitch. She's a fucking...
Is she an egg? Who is she? Don't you know the son of a chick? Don't you know the son of a chick? Go and tend to your ghost. You're stupid fool. What is this, your bubble? Talking now. Talking about
John,
my Yoko.
John, don't go, John,
She was the love of my fucking life. Yeah, I don't know who I don't know who I'm talking to.
John, don't leave it, John. John, no, John. John. Come back. Oh, fucking hell.
Anyway.
Chrissy, you alright?
What?
Chrissy, man.
What happened?
Fucking yo. Yeah, fucking game.
What?
Fucking. John, Chrissy.
What?
Fucking, you've made me fucking night before.
Who came through? Tell me who came through.
I think
was it my uncle?
No, I might need to tell you tomorrow because I think you need to fucking just get a drink because you've fucking just been talking about the spirits there, brother.
Who came through? Can I just explain to everybody? Right, this is the thing with trans-mediumship. I never know what's going to happen. I'm expecting my Auntie Agnes to come through or something like that. I don't know who comes through. But you know what? My mother was from Sunderland, my dad was from Nigeria. He was a Shikiri. But anyway, so apparently I have this guide from middle Nigeria. It might be from middle Nigeria or it might be from Pennyroyal in Sunderland. I never know. But I'm going to have to ask Lee who came through. Who came through me?
Chris, fucking Joe.
Who was it?
Chris, John.
Can I just ask you, before you say who it was, did it bring joy to your life?
Chris, I swear to fucking God, but I'm gonna read, bro.
Yeah, do you know what? If it didn't, fuck you cunt. Where's that?
He brought joy to my fucking life, man.
Where's that?
Oh, shit, man, how much? Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
This is costing me a fortune. Listen, folks, at this point, yeah, it might be a good idea for us to go. You know, I'll tell you why, it's costing me more money by the...
Before we go, there's a
Chris, you know, I
song.
can't cope. Listen, it's
Okay.
It's the thing I need to cope with, right? I need to cope with the idea,
Yeah.
that, I never knew, man. I never knew.
What?
That,
But you know, can I just say something? I never know when the spirit's gonna...
no,
No, listen. This is very serious. I never know when the spirits are going to talk through me. I don't know this.
It's an amazing
I
gift.
don't know whether it's going to be, like I said, my Auntie Agnes, right? Or I don't know if it's my spirit guide, my Dupi Oshikoye Ileliji Degbe. I don't know. But, look. It's very serious.
No, Chris, I'm not laughing at you.
Okay.
It's hysteria, man, because I just spoke to John.
So anyway, folks,
Oh,
we have had a wonderful time.
No, listen, here's the thing, folks. Just to reiterate, yeah, we have a format for this show, but at the end of the day is that it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's only 8:30, and now 2 hours spent with us is better than 2 hours spent with Emmerdale. Because you know what, we have a
Can I just say,
we have a laugh, you know.
Before you go, this weekend, people, on Saturday night, where I'll be at the Glory.
I know, because I knew it.
I will be at the Glory. Then after the Glory, I will be at Berlin at Egg.
Get you! No.
Oh yes. Thank you, Ricardo Castro. I love you.
Before
You
we
know I
also
love you.
go, can I also mention another
But
thing?
tonight, if you're in Soho, Chinatown, please go and see the Bombshell crew. You've got Lady Lloyd and Tasty Tim. Go and see the girls down there because it's a fantastic club. Yes.
Can I pass that, Joe? Give me that.
That's Joel's little toy.
Yeah, but I'm going to be talking about this particular man here.
Oh, yes.
Joe, switch camera. Joe, say hello, Joe.
Hello.
Hello, Will. This is Joe Ryder. Most people know him, but Joel, man, tonight, you got an amazing. We don't need to go into the details of what it was or whoever.
Grind the secrets.
Joel tonight got another fantastic career opportunity. Did you not?
No, if anybody's not heard, there's a new gay bar called CMYK in Wimbledon, and
CN?
so I'm going CMYK.
Oh.
Yeah,
in Wimbledon. Oh, fabulous.
Wimbledon, a new gay venue.
Yeah, but
I'm going down there this Friday night and Sunday night to go and photograph.
Oh, fabulous.
It's not just any old gay venue, though, Chris. It's a thing, because gay venues these days are few and far between, and new ones appearing.
Shall I come along with you on Friday?
Yeah.
Yes, let's go.
Should I come along?
Yeah.
I'm not to pull you.
Stop the world, I just want to get out.
Before we leave, can I give you my so it's the thing, folks, before we go, every week we're going to have a tune of the week, but because we got nailed on YouTube for putting copyrighted material on last week.
Because he's your main man. Paul McCartney.
No, fuck Paul McCartney. I'm going to look at you. It's coming. What's happening?
No.
No. I can't cope with more.
Why is Yoko laughing?
I don't.
I just had a glimpse.
Why is Yoko laughing? Seriously, all of the downsides of putting up with him with his fucking conspiracies are made up when he just talks about that. Why is Yoko laughing? I'll ask you next week.
Ask me next week.
Anyway,
what's the song of the week?
The song of the week.
He's going to do it.
I'm not. I'm going to go into it. Name it if you can.
Kiss.
You don't have to be beautiful to turn me on. Go on, Chrissy.
I can't see the words.
I just need your body, baby.
Woo.
From dusk till dawn.
Ah.
Oh, come on. You don't need experience to turn me out. You just leave it all up to me. I'm gonna show you what it's all about. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world. Ain't no particular side I'm more compatible with. I just want your extra time, yo. Kiss. Come on, Chrissy. This next verse is for you.
I don't know the words, you have to tell me.
You don't have to be beautiful
to be my girl.
I don't have to undress me more. I can be your world. Here's the bit. You don't have to watch Dynasty to have an attitude. You just leave it all up to me. I can be your fool. Are you ready? Why? You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world. Ain't no particular side more compatible with. I just want your extra time and your kiss.
Ah. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much for the time of my life. Thank you very much.
We have had a ball tonight, folks. It's
Or
the thing.
two.
Oh, well, he's had three, I think. It only had one.
So when will we see
I
each
know
other
the
next?
kids do.
When? What time?
On Wednesday, folks. Be here on Wednesday. If you're not here, right, what's going to happen is you're going to think, when people go, where were you when Kenny was shot? And you go, if you're not here next Wednesday, you're going to go, I don't fucking know, mate, because I was fucking watching Emmerdale.
Oh, yes.
And I've put, that's not 40p in the... Do you know, look, Chris, check this out.
Your family
Look how
inheritance.
much this...
Your Cullen and Diamond's inheritance
Look
is
how
going
much
in there.
this I've earned tonight from just one broadcast. By watching this show, folks, you are donating to charity.
Oh, yes.
So I want you to know that you're helping the kids.
And what's this called again? Oh, Canut.
So watching our show is helping the world get greener. Thank you, folks.
Estra.
We are living in the club.
Crazy times. Watching the blind. Teaching the blind. Ruin the song.
And I despair from time to time, but try and convince myself daily that everything's fine. Chris, you know what?
Go on, tell me.
Please be there to catch me. I screamed out to the floor, but I don't even trust the fucking pavement anymore. Sometimes you're your own worst enemy. Why though, Chrissy? Stop the world, I don't wanna get off. I've reached my tipping point, enough is enough. If I just keep doing what I've been doing, keep doing what I've been doing well. Good night, God bless. I've had a ball tonight, folks. Thank you for joining us, because this is just our normal night out. Thank you, Joe Ryder.
Fucking peas.
Joe Ryder, please.
Joe Ryder by name, Joe Ryder by nature. Woo, 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 woo.
Every week he gets better and better. Good night, God bless, folks. We hope you are well.
Apart from that yellow top.
I think it suits him.